Welcome to Adventure Build Gaming. My name is Ryan. In this episode, I show you how I built these hydroponic scatter terrain for your Stargrave adventure in Quarantine 37. Let's go check it out at the table. Starting out, I'm using 1/4 inch, 1 inch wide strips by 5 5/8 long. The walls, I'm using the foam core, Dollar Tree brand because it's easy peel and stick, the Ready Board brand. Those are 3/4 inch tall, and just make them long and you'll cut them off later. Using Eileen's tacky glue to glue it all together. Make this trough for the hydroponics. Pins to hold it together so it sets up nice. What you don't see is I'm making 3 of them here, so I'm going to pin them, set them up side, and keep building them in kind of a factory line kind of way. So now we're on to the hydroponics tank and whatever plant food they're going to put in it. We're going to work on the straw in the tank. These are straws I picked up at Dollarama. They're extra bendy and it'll work really good for us. I'm making a little loop at the top. This will be the side pipe coming down the side of the tank. For the top of the tank, I have these small wooden discs that I picked up. I'll put it on top. Completes the look of it. Marking out where I'm going to glue. This was just a passion project to kind of started out as. Saw something in Quarantine 37 about hydroponics and kind of stuck with me. And I want to just carry it through. Mark the side. More hot glue. More hot glue. Cutting it flush with the bottom with the scissors. The top piece of the tank, more straw, and a super glue lid assembled together. I have my glue gun set on the low heat setting for this so I don't melt anything or burn myself too bad. Cutting it flush because who needs a measure. Use some heavier paper to have a strip around. Put a 1 inch wide strip. Add some depth to the tank. Gonna super glue it on. I'm also going to use some corrugated paper. Give more depth on 2 of them also. Using super glue, just try not to stick your fingers to it. Did that with the paper one. Now that the trough is starting to all dried up, I'm going to put the end pieces in and cut off the ends. Now we're jumping back and forth here is because we're just trying to use our time wisely. And like that, they're ready. Cutting off the ends flush. I was a little ham-fisted with this one and it broke a little. So, a little emery board, file things flat, around the corners. Make it all look smooth. Concrete, plastic look. Whatever you're going for. Some wooden shapes I'm going to add to the side. These are hexagons, circles. Pick them up. You guessed it, Dollarama. They add that sci-fi look without going too overboard. Put them on both sides and either end. I think it did the trick of what I was looking for. Give that sci-fi look. Giving it a light coating of Mod Podge to seal in the styrofoam. Because we're going to go and spray paint these suckers. Aquatic plants. These ones are picked up at Walmart. I think you get 6 plants. No, math. Yeah, 6 plants. For about $5 Canadian, which isn't bad. I'm gonna disassemble them, taking off the weights, the rubber weights on the bottom, and clipping off the little stem that was going inside of it. So I'm gonna sit flat in the bottom of the hydroponics tanks. Now as we move on to painting them, I'm painting the troughs of the hydroponics in a vanilla. Thought about white, but I felt that would have been too much of a contrast. And well, the vanilla works. It looks white. I'm painting this hexagons. What was it? A dark gray. Take my time, don't get on too much bleed over. Painting the tanks a peacock blue. I'm doing 2 coats on it as the blue just was so hard to get good coverage. But in the end, I think the blue really stands out and completes the whole project in the regards for what I wanted. Painting the piping, I'm using Lush Foliage, also by Craftsmart. Taking my time, trying not to make too much of a mess. And yeah, I did 2 coats on this pipes, just because of the way it was working with me. So when I was painting the gray second time, I dropped the hydroponics tanks or troughs, and they landed in the Lush Foliage, and it left this little green mark. It's really tough to see, like kind of oversaturating the light there. So I'm adding in just a little bit here and there to look like mold or splashed up plant food onto the edge of the tank. Now to the dry brush. So I'm using a light blue, just going crazy dry brush on it. It looks a lot more extreme in the video than in person, but it looks good and I like the way it looks, that color choice. So dry brushing the pipes, I'm using a light pistachio. Pistachio? Color what you want. Worked out really nice, highlighting the pipes. Could have done more than a dry brush, but I left it at that for the tanks and the piping. So I'm adding a bit of Army Painter dark tone, a few spots to signify internal workings of the tanks. Maybe there's some motors or pumps inside. Who knows what they're feeding these plants? Might not be the normal kind of plant food. Had a few spots here and there. Add some character. Now that the tanks are done, attaching them to the trough, hot glue, hold them in place until we add the part epoxy. And there it is, 5-minute epoxy from the Dollarama. This stuff is amazing. I love the way it works. I think it was a whole tube per per trough. Add a little bit of blue wash army painter to the mix. You mix it till you get a little silver sheen normally. Harder to see when you add the color into it. The only thing I wish I would have done was to strap them down somehow, as the heat from the chemical reaction caused the whole model to bend up on the ends. It's pretty minor and I'll live with it, but just as a warning. The finished hydroponics planters. I've enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope I've earned your subscription. Like and comment down below. And as always, I'll be seeing you on our next adventure.